We're back to Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.
Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Thanks to another partner of ours, Vegas Golf The Game. Check out the game that's taking the golf world by storm. The number one selling golf game in the world, VegasGolfTheGame.com. Play it on course or play it at home with their home edition poker game. You can give them a call directly also, 877-241-6134. With that, we're going to go to the phones, and I think we've got Pete on the line. Pete, you there?
I am. How are you guys today?
Good.
Hi, Pete. Welcome to the show.
Billy, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. What's up?
Good. Well, just, it's a golf show, so something I'm thankful for that doesn't have anything to do with my score is that the game of golf, I think, is able to teach us lessons about life that are unique to any other game that I've ever played. So it blessed my score, but just, appreciate the game for the intangibles, the subtle intangibles that the game of golf offers us.
Wow, that's well said. It's so true, though, huh? It's the inherent values that come with it, and one of there was the PGA professionals were polled and what they're thankful for, and very similar to what you just said. The simplest things: the course at sunrise and sunset, the colors of freshly cut grass, and just being out there and being able to play. That's what one of the number one things that the club pros are thankful for is the simple things, like he just mentioned, and playing the game.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So
it's a game. It's a game that we just can't take for granted. I mean, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. So, I mean, you can go out there and not hit balls for 6 months and go out there and actually have a really good round, and then fall in love with the game again and go hit balls 3 times that week and show up the next day and be awful.
How true is that? I know it's so unexplainable. Can't explain.
Right, and such is life, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
I appreciate you guys too.
Well,
thanks,
thank you, Pete. And if you go to golftalkradio.com, fill out the trivia form, Pete, we'll send you some cool stuff. All right, man?
Okay, bless you guys.
Appreciate your input, Pete. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have a great holiday.
Thank you.
Yep.
And I was mentioning, Mike, I know you want to share yours, and I wish you would, but after you do, the PGA pros, or club pros that work at golf courses, were all polled, and this is the top 10 things they came up with or something, but it's pretty neat. But what are you personally thankful for?
I got a lot of things, but I'll run through them real quick. My family, my friends, and primarily when I say friends, it'd be you, Billy, and Nikki, and Dave Shamandel, those people, Darren, a lot of people that are in the trips from the radio show. The friendship trips are just amazing. I mean, I live for those, and even when we're on trips, we're reliving the moments from the trips we did before, and we're all laughing, and it's like that to me is so important in life.
And up in the condo that we rented in there, I was in tears laughing with you.
I was
literally tears, and I can't. I'm so thankful because you're what
the emotions you can have in life. Billy, Owen, Darren, Jack. I mean, all you guys are just amazing. The people in the golf industry that hired me in different positions, as much as there's been a lot of turmoil, which there is in every industry. But I think of Roger Wincup, who hired me, David Brown, Scott Sikich, working with Robert Ogden, Rob Rossi giving me the opportunity to be the golf manager at the shop before I was PGA. Then Mike Rawitzer now at the Paso Robles Golf Club. I mean, all those people were so instrumental for me to even be doing what I'm doing now, which to me is just amazing. And then the Masters trip, you said, that might have been one of the best trips I've ever taken in my life. And then the last part is music. And the reason that I brought this up is biases. The reason I brought this up is, like I mentioned today, that is my daughter's birthday, but also it was funny, I guess, as we get older, a member of AC/DC passed away today, Malcolm Young. And
really?
I didn't think it was I didn't think that it would be such a big deal, but then I started writing down all these different things in my life, and, they say how things, sure, right, during your life. So I started thinking about it, and back in the first golf course I worked at, Shoreline, was also an amphitheater, and there was music that would come through there all the time, concerts almost every night. So you're working at the golf course, you're hearing the concerts, you could go to the concerts, you could go for free if the tickets were available, And, I counted when I heard about Malcolm passing away today, so I thought to myself, well, how in the world did I become so involved with AC/DC? Well, some of it was friends like of your father's, Owen, and it was like Mark Mitchell and Jeff Grelu and family. When we were young, we would go to Coco's. I don't know if you remember Coco's restaurants.
Coco's.
Okay, so across from Coco's,
Great blueberry muffins there,
yes,
by the way.
Across from Coco's was Rainbow Records. Did you ever have Rainbow Records?
I've heard of them.
So this is 1981, and we're waiting to go into Coco's, and of course you have to sit there and you have to wait because it was so busy.
Yeah.
And I'm probably about 11 years old at this point.
You were.
So cassettes. There's albums and there's cassettes. And I had enough money.
You had the Walkman? Did you have a Walkman?
I had enough money for a cassette. So to me, I'm looking at it. I never heard of a lot of these bands. And I thought, you know what? This is a really cool logo on this cassette. I really like the way this thing looks. And so this was the first cassette that I ever bought, which was, For Those About to Rock, We Salute You. Okay, I'll get it. And so I bought this, and I was immediately
hooked.
This is
your first cassette you bought?
First cassette I ever bought. And I was so proud to save my money, bought it. And ironically, this year was the year of the Masters that Tom Watson won the Masters over Johnny Miller.
Look at you tying it back.
Yeah, man.
You are a true professional.
And so I was actually watching the Masters that year with my good buddy Mike, who lived at Pasatiempo Golf Course, and his dad got me into golf. And I remember sitting with Bigfoot. We played golf with Bigfoot at Pasatiempo, you and I. And we can't say some of the things he said.
We had a Bigfoot sighting.
We did.
Nothing rolls like a ball.
Nothing rolls like a ball. You and I and Augie played with Bigfoot. And then that was, when I was introduced to AC/DC, and my first concert was in '86. Which ironically is my favorite Masters when Jack Nicklaus won in 1986.
And what was that, AC/DC concert?
And that was an AC/DC concert. That was, I actually drove from here. I was going to Cal Poly. Not to Cal Poly, but I was getting ready to go to Cal Poly.
Right.
And so there was...
Where did they play?
They were playing at... what were they playing? They were playing at the Cal Palace. So I drove back. I drove down to Cal Poly to check it out. Then went back to see who may who at Cal Poly or at the Cal Palace.
Well, I have a confessions in this. So it's how neat. I can't tie this to golf, but my very first record I bought, they didn't have cassettes in.
Yeah.
I was in 6th grade, so it had to be like 71 or something. It was Don McLean's American Pie album.
Nice.
That song?
Yeah.
And I remember walking, I saved my nickels and dimes up too, went up to the Thrifty's store that had the record there, bought it, and went home and it had a skip in that song.
What?
It was traumatic.
No way.
It's the only song on the album I wanted to hear.
Oh, no.
So I know it was very traumatic. And that one song, there was a skip in it, man. And but they replaced it. But that was my very first, spending my money I found in the couch cushions.
That is so.
I have
cool.
no way to tie that to golf.
They go round and round. They just keep. And this is what I did this morning. I'm like this. So I'm really lucky to do that. I went with my sister. Who was my youngest sister, who when I was younger, she wanted to go to the concerts that I went to when I was working at Shoreline. She was way too young. My mom's like, there's no concert together, and I took her to AC/DC, and it was the Rock and Roll Train. It was Black Ice Tour, and we had a blast.
Was this the second lead singer at this point?
This is Brian Johnson.
The first one passed away, right?
Yeah. He was long gone.
Long gone.
I never saw him originally. But this was the year that I went to the PGA meeting in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was the only show that you did with someone else without me.
Oh, I did a show?
Yes.
Because we had Lunchbox or somebody at the time?
Yeah, and I called in as John. I was John. Remember John from Blacklake? Hey, this is John. God dang it. So...
I grew up with that band. He was a little bitty boy.
So I was John, calling live from Arizona from the PJ National meeting. Got a lot going on here.
Dang it. Stuck in the sun out, it's hot.
Feel like a raisin.
Remember, John was awesome.
John was great. So that's my...
I did a show without you?
So when I say it, so thankful about this music ties back to golf and the Masters and things we've done. And so that's all my thankfulness. I know that was a lot.
That's awesome.
But you know, that I was so
That's a
fortunate
good
to
story.
see these guys
I
the
made up
last time.
that story when I was 14.
Yeah, before it all went downhill for AC/DC. But anyway,
Well, sorry for the
That was
loss
my-
of the music industry.
you know,
and,
it's cool.
but-
It's music's awesome, golf's awesome, friends, family, you guys.
and
It's
you
all
know,
cool.
you're still jamming your guitar.
Yeah, and actually, I'm playing drums now.
So that's awesome.
Yeah,
And
my son stopped playing drums, and he said, "Hey, I want to get rid of my drums." I said, "I don't want you to get
your
rid of it. I'm
neighbors
gonna play
must
it."
love that.
I know. I play it in the middle on Mondays in the middle of the day.
I'm just kidding.
It's awesome, dude. I love drumming.
So
Drum
you're-
is so cool.
So you're a drummer, huh?
I'm working on it. Yeah,
Dude.
I just throw on
I
the
haven't
old
played my guitar in so long.
play the guitar. Noah's playing a little guitar, so he's doing a little bit, and he's got such a better ear than I do. He can just pick up a guitar and play a song. It's disgusting.
Oh, Noah can?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's crazy. He's so good at it. It's
I
unbelievable.
miss that stuff.
I do
miss
too.
it.
Why don't you play? You can
don't
play
know.
now. You keep your head still.
It's there's something wrong with the neck.
Something wrong with the neck.
Gotta tweak
use
the
a
neck.
capo.
I gotta use the capo. That's what we're gonna call my thing.
Shh. Don't do that.
TGA Professionals, this is what they came up with. Their poll, the top 10 things. I think I mentioned the first one, the simple things and the freshly cut grass. The challenge, like Owen said, they love the challenge. There's no game in the world of challenges like this one. The sounds, and there's all kinds of birds and nice noises going on.
Driving by a guy taking a leak on a tree.
Great. The places you go. We all mentioned that. The different places you can play. Bringing the game to others. Golf instructors love being able to introduce the game to others. Camaraderie between fellow instructors. There is a kind of especially with the first tee, I've noticed first tee coaches, our instructors, there's a big camaraderie. And the PGA professionals, but not as so spread out, right?
Totally
So,
is.
anyways, that's what and I hope you're all thankful. And next time you go golf, stop and smell the flowers. Stay away from the giant birds. What?
That's a stay away from the giant
You got to
bird.
post a picture of that bird, man. That's
I
the
know.
biggest bird I've ever seen.
I got to tell you one thing I'm
bigger
also
than an
thankful
ostrich.
about that's pretty cool with golf is we had a chance to play with a gentleman from Canada on Sunday. Got to meet him. It was awesome. So you can meet great
You're
people.
international
I think
now.
yeah, it's all international. You guys have a great week.
Keep it on course.